Welcome to Origins, where we go over the origins of your favorite superheroes and villains. Today is going to be a weird one, guys, because we're going to discuss the origin of Black Widow. Now, her origin took a lot of digging, and it's been rather difficult to piece together. This has been gathered from her common knowledge origins and the retconning that took place in her 2004 solo run, Black Widow. I also want you to be aware, a lot of this took place in fast mentions and in flashbacks, so the panels might not be exact because mostly this was just discussed and didn't actually happen in a comic book. That's why it was so hard for us to put together. Originally, Black Widow's origin is that she was a Russian agent trained as a spy, martial artist, and sniper. Orphaned at a young age, Natasha was taken in by Ivan Petrovich. Ivan actually worked with Captain America and Wolverine to save the young Natasha from the Nazis. Once he rescued the young girl, he decided to raise her himself as her surrogate father. She believed herself to be a ballerina, a young and beautiful dancer that trained for many hours, neglecting her friends and her family. But none of this was true, because she was in fact a member of the Black Widow training program arranged by the KGB to train young girls into silent assassins. Petrovich brought her to the Red Room training facility, where she became a member of this group. They experimented on her, giving her a longer than normal lifespan, an enhanced healing factor, and they ramped up her immune system and her cell repair systems. But they also prevented any woman who was a part of this program from ever becoming pregnant because they deemed pregnancy a weakness and an illness that needed to be prevented. They wanted warriors, not mothers. The Soviet government became afraid of what these assassins could do and eventually insisted on a countermeasure being put into place. This countermeasure was a scent, a pheromonal lock-in key that would prevent the Black Widows from performing any violence against anyone wearing this scent. Once she was released from the program to work for the government due to her exceptional skills, Ivan was once again put in contact with her as her handler. She then married a Soviet test pilot, but the two of them were a powerhouse of a couple, and the government decided to separate them. So they took her husband and turned him into the Red Guardian, their answer to Captain America. They then told Natasha that he died in combat. As time would go on, she would eventually train with the Winter Soldier, and she would build a relationship with him. But the Winter Soldier was eventually placed back on ice, and Natasha was once again left to wonder what happened to her lover. She would then go on to continue performing her duties, with her anti-aging serum making her appear to be only 30, and she would eventually find herself battling Iron Man as the KGB's agent. She would try to recruit Hawkeye as her partner for these fights, and they would clash against Iron Man multiple times, until eventually she fell in love with Hawkeye and tried to defect from the Soviet government. Now, they weren't happy about this, so they decided to send assassins to kill her. But the only thing that they managed to do was place her into a hospital. This would force Hawkeye to go straight, and he joined the Avengers in response to this. Once she recovered from her injuries, she once again found herself being brainwashed by the Black Widow Project at Red Room, and she found herself battling against the entire Avengers roster. With the help of Hawkeye, she did break free of this brainwashing, and she eventually joins the Avengers. Sometime later, Nick Fury would then get his hands on the pheromonal lock-in key that allowed the Soviets to have a minor control over her, and he used it to convince her to join up with S.H.I.E.L.D. as a freelance agent for the US government. From there, her story goes into many Black Ops missions, and it brings us to most of her current runs. Obviously, a lot happens to the Black Widow once she's on S.H.I.E.L.D., but that's for a Know Your Universe sometime. Thank you for joining us today, and if you want to chat about this video or any other, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Comicstorian. We also have a subreddit, r/Comicstorian, where you can get most of the videos pretty quick to when we launch them. And don't forget about our gaming channel, Eligible Monster, where you can find it in the description down below and on the sidebar of our main channel, where we do gaming variety videos and we do complete stories. Thank you once again, and I will see you guys next time on the next video right here at Comicstorian.